started network marketing, I've always built my business on the internet. And, you know, it was about 2 years ago that I was watching people, and people hit me up all the time on social media. Some of you guys do. We've had conversations. And the one thing people want to know is, you know, what is the matter with me? Like, why can't I make any money? All right. And so then what we have is a bunch of people who find themselves. And I do want to say that this is a 5,000 Influencers Prelaunch, which is an advantage to every single one of you guys on here. I could have easily kept the video on Facebook, but I don't want to, okay? Because I'm gonna tell you something. Going into 2019, guys, the people who are going to be massively successful are the people who are intentionally looking for it, okay? Intentionally looking for it. And what I want you guys to do, even before I continue talking, is I want you to really think over the last 2-3 years, what has changed in your business? What has changed in your entrepreneurial career? Now, we have a lot of network marketers on here, and what I'm gonna have to ask you to do is put on your entrepreneur hat. Okay, put on your entrepreneur hat. Now, I got a book actually, and I want to show you guys this book, right? I got a book, and one thing, you know, I went to university and I studied for a long time, and I always found myself intrigued with getting smarter, getting better, getting results. How do I know if I'm getting better? You're getting better if you're getting results, period. And so I was in the airport actually coming from an event. And again, I'll say, guys, mute your microphone out, or I am going to have to remove you off of the Zoom. Okay. So I'm in the airport, right? And I picked this book up, and it says, Walk Away Wealthy. And I'm like, well, what the heck does that mean? Now, let me tell you about the book, because I need you guys to remember that you're an entrepreneur, because that's one of the biggest problems. People don't remember that. Okay. And let me see if I can just mute the whole, let me see if I can just mute who can share. One person can share at a time. This can share at a time. Who can share only hold. Guys, you gotta mute your microphone, okay? If I go past your thing and you're the one whose microphone isn't muted, I am gonna have to remove you off of the Zoom. Okay, I'm just gonna give you one fair warning. I am gonna have to remove you from the Zoom if your microphone is not muted. Okay, we're grown and we're entrepreneurs. We got to know how to do this the right way. Okay, so now let me see. I think I can even actually lock this meeting. 1 second. Automatic see video, audio, advanced features, general audio. Meeting confirm when the leaders go make connected. All right. So I'm in the airport, right? And I pick up this book and I buy it, okay? And I buy it. And it's called Walk Away Wealthy. And I'm just like, well, what do you mean walk away wealthy? This is the first thing that I want you to identify as an entrepreneur. The bottom line to everything is income. If you're not making money, okay, you're not thinking like an entrepreneur, period. And so what we have is, because a lot of people do not know the correct blueprint of an entrepreneur, is that we find ourselves settling for different things, okay? What do I mean by that when I say settling for different things? Well, some of us say things like, well, you know, I'll just do it forever. Well, why would you do it forever? If you're not getting any results, what's the point of being there? You know, I always say anything that is alive, it moves. And if you look over your career over the last 2-3 years, if it hasn't moved, it's been dead, okay? What it means is the instruction that you're following isn't enough to give you a result. So now here's the thing, and I'm gonna get into my presentation. In 2019, these are the type of people that I am working with, okay? I'm working with people who every 24 hours, if you do not see an elevation in your career, okay, every 24 hours, if there's not an elevation in your career, you should question yourself and not be happy about it. You know what time I went to bed this morning? I went to bed at 7 a.m. I went to bed at 7 a.m. Do you know when I first launched my entrepreneur career in the network marketing industry, I would go 2 and 3 days without sleep, okay? Why was it like that, guys? It was like that because I understood that if I was doing something correctly, it would have to give me a result. And so what a lot of people have gotten confused is that if you're doing something, you're going to get a result. No, 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 no. If you're doing the right thing, you're going to get a result. And I know a lot of you guys saw my post this morning, and I said, well, here's the thing as entrepreneurs. If you look at any 6 or 7 figure entrepreneur, and guys, I want you to turn into a real entrepreneur. Some of you guys only know entrepreneurship inside of network marketing. You didn't think that those Facebook sponsored ads were just coming out of nowhere, did you? You didn't think these people who spend hours on their Instagram trying to perfect it, that they're just on Instagram posting for fun, did you? No, these people are making 6 and 7 figures from one reason and one reason only. Regardless if it's in network marketing, on Instagram, whatever it is, they have influence. And any of you guys who have sat in my internet currency classes, we've had long conversations and discussions about this. What happens is in network marketing or as entrepreneurs, we believe that our influence is going to come from our results. Where if you knew how to package yourself correctly, your influence would actually give you results. I want you to understand that. Your influence would actually give you a result. Now, I'm in the middle of writing a book, and in one of the chapters of the book, guys, we're talking about one of the most Googled things that people ask is, what is my purpose and what is my passion? I can sum that up for you in about 10 seconds, okay? In about 10 seconds, I can sum that up for you. Your purpose is to help someone. Here's the problem. You are called to a certain tribe of people to help. And most people don't know who they're called to help. Now, let me give you an example. I believe that the tribe of people that I'm called for, they're like 50, 60, 70 years old, and life has went real fast, and they are entrepreneurs. They're just trying to bring it into the digital age. I don't necessarily have to motivate them. They're already motivated. They just don't know how to bring it into the digital age. Let me give you a better example. When I said that I was launching the 5,000 influencers, why are there 60 people on here? It's because of how I position myself on social media, that you believe that I have information that you don't have. The crazy thing about that is all that would require is for you to gather wisdom. From the minute I came on social media at 25 years old, I was living in the Czech Republic in Prague. It was one thing I knew, that if I could strive to actually be the best at whatever I was doing, I would become one of the best. A lot of you guys in your career as entrepreneurs, and everyone on here is not in network marketing. A lot of you guys as entrepreneurs, you have become okay with just nothing. Like, you're okay with $250 a week. That's why you make it. You're okay with $500 a week. That's why you make it. But in 2019, here's the crazy thing. Some of you guys, when you get in the 5,000 influencers group, we got some crazy stuff that I 100% know has changed my entire life, and you're going to have access to that. The crazy thing is, this entrepreneur career has everything to do with you paying attention to yourself. And the reason why people don't want to pay attention to their influence is because it will require you to slow down for a second in order to package yourself up the correct way where people come to you. This is the secret to sales. I always use McDonald's as an example. McDonald's is an influencer. Why are they an influencer? They provoke people to purchase. Well, how? They're not going around looking for people. They don't need to. You know why? Their brand is strong. You can go anywhere around the world and you will identify that arc. Period. Most of us don't even like McDonald's, but if worse come to worse, we'll eat it. Why? Brand identification. It's so much that goes into being an influencer that if you think, and I'm going to tell you something, because after we get off this, any of you guys that have one-on-one conversations with me, you know I can play around, but when I'm serious, I'm serious. You know, when I get on social media and it's like I see a bunch of robots, what do you know? If you've lived and you're 30 or 40 or 50 or 60, you should write, how do I know if I'm the best? What do I feel right now that I beat every single one of you guys in conversation with? What do I feel I'm best at? When I walk in the room, who do I know for a 100% for 100% fact? I'll beat you at whatever the conversation is. But because we have been watching so many humans for so long, everyone's trying to be like the successful humans. Where in real life, if you would pay attention to why they are the successful humans, you begin to get your own original success also. Okay. And I want you to understand that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go over something with you guys tonight. And I want you to really pay attention to it because it can be really powerful if you apply this stuff, guys, going into 2019. Listen. Again, I'll say, even for you guys that are on here with me right now, even if you're on here with me right now, every single one of you guys will not be a part of the 5,000 influencers. Let me tell you why. I was a professional athlete, and whenever we would go and put our jersey on, if you got on that field and you competed like you didn't care if we were the best, we didn't want you on the team. The reason why we didn't want you on the team is because how good you become determines how good I become. If we allow you to be a part of the 5,000 influencers and you don't take pride in results, you could damage me and everyone else a part of it. So this is for a remnant of people who say, you know what, like, I'm tired of not being the best. I am tired. You guys do not know how many conversations I have with my mentors. And I had one about 2 days ago. Okay. One of my mentors said do $1 million a month. And when we get on the phone, I say, so what's up? Like, what's the secret? What do I need to do? And you can ask any of my mentors. When they tell me, I do. And I've always been successful at everything that I've done. I told people before I joined using network marketing as an entrepreneur, I told them that I myself, Stanisha Graham, you don't have to give me a title. I am Stanisha Graham. That is enough for me to have confidence in myself. It was never a result that made me determine if I was confident. It was never, how much money I had made, because before I was able to get to a seven-figure earning in digital marketing, I had to find out a way how to get there. I had to have confidence before I even got there. But see, what most people are doing wrong in their entrepreneur career is because you know that you're not there yet, you act like it. Because you know you haven't made a 7 figures in the industry that you choose to be in, you act like it. Your performance is like it. We were at the GoPro event and I was on the floor with the $1 Million Hall of Famers. These are people who've made $1 million within 12 months. And so what was happening is as they were going on stage, I'm gonna just keep it 100 with you guys. As they were
going look a little shaky, didn't it?
Okay, let's make sure that your microphones are muted, okay? Mute
I
your
have a woman
microphone. What do we have on here that don't have their microphone muted? Mute your microphone. Mute your microphone. One of the first steps to success is paying attention, okay? Mute your microphone, all right? So as we're sitting, in the Millionaire Hall of Fame or whatever, as people were going up to get their awards, I Googled their name. Pay attention. I Googled their name. Not one of those people who were on stage had a company name anywhere near their Facebook page. I literally had to go to Google to see if they had got awards to know what company they were a part of. You know why? Because 6 and 7 figure earners, you know what they have that most people don't have? It's only a remnant of them. They have influence. I should be able to post a picture with a mug and say, none of you guys even know what 5,000 influencers are. Why are you here? Because for some reason, I've been able to get enough influence behind my name that even if you didn't want to know what it's about, you still want to know. That's why I'm not on Facebook Live, because I know that there's a lot of people who want to know what I'm doing because I have influence. When people have influence, even if they've gotten it from a negative place, it's power and influence. And so what you have to focus on in 2019 is being attractive. That's all it is. And so I want to go over some things with you guys real quick, and then I'm going to break some more stuff down for you. But I want you to pay attention to this. Okay, I'm going to open this up real quick. All right, I want to open this up real quick. All right, here we are. All right. I want you to pay attention to something. Now, remember, this is pre-launch. Okay. And remember, I told you that so many of us have gotten accustomed, okay, to, having different people have success. And let me see why this is frozen a little bit. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So many of us have gotten accustomed to following. I don't want an army of people who only know how to follow. However, we understand with wisdom that if you're going to decide to step out on your own faith, okay, and lead yourself, you do have to be under proper mentorship of a leader or a mentor who say, let me tell you what a leader is. A leader can identify the originality in you, show you how to package it up and give it to the world. You cannot promote on social media the way I promote on social media because you're not me. You can't promote just what you think you should be promoting on social media because you don't know if that's what your tribe wants. Guys, do you think when I get up and talk and I'm quoting these scriptures and things like that, do you think that that is just because I want to do it? Or is it because I am an entrepreneur and I'm going to remember the bottom line? The bottom line is, in order to be an influencer, you would have to provoke the buying habits of your tribe. Some of you have not even written a list down of what your tribe likes. You don't even know who your tribe is because we have been taught to hustle. Now, let me go over these 3 things real quick, guys, and I want you to pay attention. Do not take this Zoom lightly. Do not take this opportunity lightly. I'm telling you, in 2019, your life can completely change. When I made my first $500,000 in 1 year, not a cumulative, in 1 year, it was because I was pacing back and forth in my room. I was pacing back and forth in my room and I said, this year is my year, period. Now, we understand that just because you want something don't mean it's going to happen. But if you're willing to intentionally seek it out, the universe itself has to reward you for what it is you want. And some of y'all playing so small. Some of you guys are only seeing one way for you to make a lot of money. I'm going to show you multiple ways to make a lot of money. Okay. So here's the top 3 things that are stopping you from getting rich online. It's your identity, it's your environment, and it's your hustle. Now I'm going to explain it to you because I want you to understand exactly what I'm saying. Because what is identity? Most of us don't know. Listen, you cannot come into an industry where your success is based on making other people successful and you don't know who you are. You are not even clear on your own identity. Identity means the fact of being who or what a person or thing is. Let me read it again. The fact of being who or what a person or a thing is. And when you have strong identity, you could ask someone to write a list about me and tell me what you think about me. And I guarantee you, I've done this exercise before. Most people, if your identity is sharp and clear, most people are going to say the same thing. If you have access to social media, you got to ask yourself why all 3,000 to 5,000 of your friends don't know who you are. They don't know what you represent because you don't know what you represent. And you have to slow down in order to speed up. And I'm telling you, when you slow down, the money comes faster. A lot of people think, well, when I slow down, but I need to make money. When you slow down, the money comes faster. Now, let me break down the identity part to you real quick. I'm not going to read this, but I want you to catch it, okay? Who the heck are you? Listen to me. Oftentimes in the world that we live in, we get drowned by the things going on around us. It's almost like there isn't any time to even spend on yourself. The people making the biggest impact online and throughout the world are people who know who they are. It is extremely dangerous to live a life without understanding your identity. The Bible speaks highly of identity. God created us to have an identity that stands out. I want to correct the first error that most entrepreneurs are experiencing. You look like everybody. You posted the same thing everybody else posted today. I know some of us are in a health and wellness industry. Some of you guys do credit. Some of you guys do all this and you're like, well, what do you mean? Like, how else would we make a difference? Listen, Oprah had a contract with Jenny Craig, okay? I want you to pay attention. Oprah has never posted any before and afters of Jenny Craig clients. Why was Oprah strong enough to get behind the brand of Jenny Craig and still make them a lot of money? Because she is an influencer. Her name is strong enough to make her tribe buy anything. So while you're looking for the sale, you should be looking for the tribe. 6 and 7 figure earners do not just look for the sale unless I'm in real estate or something like that. We look for the tribe. Because once I have the tribe as an influencer, it don't matter what I sell, you're going to purchase it from me. The Bible says, before I knew you, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. And before you were born, I consecrated you. I appointed you a prophet to the nations. Let me break that down to you in secular term, okay? Before you were even brought on this earth, there was an assignment for you. He appointed you to a prophet to the nation. All of us don't have the same nation, though. All of us have a tribe. And until you're interested enough to find your tribe, you'll fall in line with everybody else. Most of us have learned what a prophet is in church. A prophet is someone who is a teacher or proclaims something spiritual, right? So for me, that means someone who is in touch with the abilities and strength God has given us in order to operate at the highest level of value. Now, here, this one paragraph right here, this one paragraph right here, there are a lot of leaders who have built a whole business off of this one paragraph. What is the one point that I'm talking about? The ability and strength to understand the power God has given us and literally proclaim it so much, you build a tribe around it. I hope you're following what I'm saying. When you look at pastors that are prosperity pastors, like Creflo Dollar or Mike Murdoch, or you look at people like Grant Cardone in the secular world, what they have mastered is to prophesy financial gain to their tribe, and their tribe believes them. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. They have a prophecy is to predict the future. Watch me. I have to be able to understand my tribe to make a proclamation to a tribe of people that would provoke their buying habits. I would have to know, you can't say the same thing to me that you'd say to a mother who has 3 or 4 kids. It wouldn't work. That proclamation does nothing for me. You can't make the same proclamation to a 31-year-old that you make to the 51-year-old. That proclamation won't work. And if your microphone is not muted, mute your microphone. Give me 1 second, okay? Give me 1 second. If your microphone is not muted, guys, mute your microphone. I'm dealing with real quick. Okay. I should have muted it down on here. 1 second. Okay. 1 second. Who do I have on here? Okay, I know people are coming in late, so that's why their microphones are not muted, but mute your microphone, okay? You're messing up the training, okay? I charge for training. I'm giving it to you for free, okay? So, guys, when you make when people understand the power, okay, the power of prophecy to their tribe, please follow me. Prophecy means to just predict the future, but you can't go in any room and predict any type of future just to anyone. You got to know who you're called, what nation you're called to, in order to prophesy or predict the future to them that would yield them a result. An influencer has the power to influence purchasing power, to influence a purchase from their tribe. It is impossible to operate at the highest potential if you are unsure of your identity. One of the most searched questions on the internet is, what is my purpose? The reason this question is so hard to answer is usually because the people searching for the answer haven't taken the time to learn who they are individually. I want to make a point with that. You want to know, please, because when you learn it, go teach it. Okay, that's going to be the power of the 5,000 influencers. We don't want just one leader. We want multiple leaders. Watch this. The reason why people search out what their purpose is because they feel empty. And so because you feel empty, you're looking for something to fulfill you. And because you're looking for something to fulfill you, it would allow you not to pay attention to yourself and look for a thing. Leaders don't have to look for a thing. I am the thing. And all these things after will be added unto me. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. When you're looking for purpose because you feel empty, it allows you to not pay attention to who you are. So you don't want to take the time to self-reflect, because see, that would require you to slow down. But if you really knew who you are, I can walk into, I used to joke around with people, and I want y'all to get this type of confidence. I would walk into any industry and I'm going to be the best at it. I don't care if it was sports. I don't care if it was network marketing. I don't care if it was motivational speaking. I'm going to be the best. Well, why do you feel so confident, Tanisha? Because the power is, and I am. I predict what's going to happen for me. Results don't predict it. The environment, I predict it. The identity is where your power is. And some people, most of us, we need to take 3 to 4 months just to properly engage in ourselves. Once you truly know who you are, everything else is easy. Most of you who clicked on the 3 tips, guys, and this is a presentation, I'm giving it to you because it's in pre-launch. Most of you who clicked for the 3 tips clicked because you wanted to find out how to become famous. But fame is not your identity. Finding your true identity can actually be kind of scary. It requires you to face yourself, to weed out the bad and notice the good, and to truly tap into your gift. Everyone likes the idea of saying, I want to tap into my gift, because it allows you to skip past your identity. Do you want to know? And so this is pre-launch, guys. So I'm giving it to you just so you can get a gist of this. Okay. I want to read real quick where it says, your gift will make room for you and place you before great men. Proverbs 18:16. If you really believe the scripture, your gift will make room for you and place you before great men. But we can't even get to our gift because we don't listen. I want you to visualize this. It's like being in an environment. Imagine that God has all of us. Remember when you were in preschool and you had your name on your cubby? Well, if you don't know who your name is, it doesn't matter what's in the cubby, because you keep going to different people's compartments, putting your hand in their stuff. It's like if your parent was dropping off clothes for you when you were in preschool. Well, if someone goes to Tanisha's cubby, it's too big for you, right? So now you're going your entire life and it's like, well, what is going on? You don't know your name, so you can't go get your stuff. You don't know your name, so you can't properly start to operate in your gift because you don't even know who you are. The second thing that stops people from being successful is their environment. The surroundings or condition in which a person, animal, or plant lives or operates. I want to highlight lives and operates, because remember I told you anything that is alive, it moves. If you trick yourself to believe for 4 to 5, 6, 7 years that only minimum has changed and it's okay, it's because you're alive, but you're not really living. I want to highlight the word operates. That means to function. When something is functioning correctly, it goes smooth. We're not operating because we don't understand the psychological power of being in the right type of environment. Now, I'm not going to go over this whole slide, but I want to make a point, because when I put this together, I thought it was really powerful. Watch this. Every single one of you that I'm talking to right now, you're a lion. Watch this. Now, 50% of you are fish, a shark. Now, you're dealing with 2 different types of strong animals, but here's the problem. If I take the lion and I put him in the ocean with the shark, the lion becomes weak. And if I take the shark and I put him on the land, the shark becomes weak. Now, watch this. Here you are. I want you to picture yourself as one of these people, right? And I'm going to read this to you. Watch this. So the lion is in the tank, right? And they're saying, go eat, lion. and all the fish are swimming right past him. Remember, you're the lion. What's your problem? The lion is looking with a concerned face. He's actually drowning. Watch this. When you're in the wrong environment, who you're capable of being becomes delayed. And when you get delayed, remember I talked about this on the live the other day, hope deferred makes the heart grow weary. So here this lion is in a fish tank, right? And he can't swim. So, but he's in the wrong environment. So because he's in the wrong environment, the rest of the people in that environment identifies him as weak because he can't swim. Now here you have a lion. He knows, this is how some of you guys feel. Trust me, I know you do, because I found myself in this situation multiple times and I constantly take myself out of it because it's a daily fight. It's progressive. He knows what he is capable of, but he can't seem to operate in it. Even the tiny fish. I know some of y'all see people who are successful and you go, now I know I'm better than her, but I don't know what the problem is. Even the tiny fish are much smaller and far less powerful than him, but yet he can't seem to take control. He continues to float through the fish tank, watching the great sharks and dolphins dominate around him. Soon he begins to lose faith in himself and in his abilities. Maybe I'm not like them like I thought. The lion is witnessing the fish that has less power than him dominate him. Some of you guys are in situations or trying to be successful with things, and because you're in the wrong environment and you don't know how to place yourself in the wrong environment, you are letting things that you're way stronger than dominate you. You keep watching all the, see, people think that character and nice and that kind of stuff means you're not supposed to be competitive. No, when I see certain people, I tell myself, I know I can do better than them. I know that I can. And when I can feel that, that's my subconscious, that's my God power telling me you are better. But you can't be better until you get things in order so that you can perform on that level. What is the problem here? It isn't that the lion isn't capable. It isn't that you aren't capable. The problem is he's in the wrong environment. He is doing the wrong thing. Everyone has potential to be a superstar. However, this has everything to do with what environment you choose to grow in. If I were to take an apple seed and place it on the bathroom floor, what would spring up? Nothing. If I was to take that same apple seed and place it in the dirt, we would be able to produce a huge apple tree. Everything has the ability to operate in power. But when you take someone and a place and put it in the wrong, take someone and place them in the wrong environment, three things will happen. They will lose their identity. They will become irrelevant. That's why some of y'all have been fighting the same stuff for 5-10 years. How long can you sit in something and not become a superstar in it? And why are you okay with that? And then what they are forced to do is hustle. I want to talk about that because for the longest time, we have told ourselves, it's in the hip hop songs, right? You got to hustle. I'm a hustler. I mean, I joke sometimes and say it. But actually, hustling is not attractive. It's not attractive. Because if I have to obtain by forceful action and persuasion, you're manipulating now. If I have to obtain something by forceful action and persuasion, I'm manipulating. But why would I have to obtain it with forceful action? It goes back to those two things that we were talking about. No identity, and you're in the wrong environment. No identity, and you're in the wrong environment. If Michael Jordan was to walk in McDonald's right now, I keep talking about McDonald's. I don't know if that's me saying I want some, even though I don't eat it, but I keep using that as an example. Everybody pray for me. Okay, watch this. If Michael Jordan was in Walmart, he does not have to hustle for signatures. You know why? Because he has his identity. Your identity can be so powerful you won't even go in the wrong environment. You just know. Michael Jordan knows not to go in the hood. Well, why wouldn't he go there? He's going to get set up. He knows that. Your identity is so powerful, it directs you to the correct environment. So we're noticing something here. The real problem is you. You have been so caught up in trying to be good at everything that you have not cared enough to master yourself, the true identity of yourself. No one wants to obtain something forceful or with persuasion. I want you to just come to me, okay? Now, I want you to listen to this really quick. What is your time really worth? There is nothing worth. Let me tell you guys, I've joked with some people about this. When you're hustling, on the days that you make the most money, you're the most unhappiest. On the days that you put in the most work, you're the most depressed because you're forcing it. Anything that's supposed to go, it flows. Remember that. Anything that's supposed to go, it flows. There is nothing worse than hustling. I know the word hustling has been respected for decades. We have been trained to believe that success is supposed to be aggressive, stressful, and time-consuming. When the average person finds themselves enjoying life, we start to assume something is wrong. This is why entrepreneurs that witness others watching TV, going on vacation, and just having a good time start to question their commitment. I remember when I first joined in the network marketing, and I would always post my vacations. And someone told me, they said, well, how are you doing that? You're supposed to be working. Well, I'm so into my influence that by me being on vacation is me working. Listen to this. But the S in successful does not stand for stress. If you are an entrepreneur who believes there has to be hustling and bustling to win, you haven't been exposed to an effective way of operating. People who are always hustling will jump on every opportunity that has a potential to make them money. But people who are kingdom building only spend their time on opportunities that align with their God-given assignment. Now, let me take a minute to talk about this really quick. I had Eric Thomas, I had a conference, and I called it Own Your Life. And I paid Eric Thomas to come and do speaking for me there. Let me tell you the one thing I got from him there, that day I switched from being a hustler to a kingdom builder. He said when he first got started with his motivational career, everyone started hitting him up saying, hey, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this. And he said, listen, because I'm so into my God-given assignment, I can't do everything. See, when you're in your God-given assignment or your God-given purpose and passion, the money isn't enough to entice you to do it. When you're in your God-given gift, multiple opportunities will come up that don't fit your assignment and you know how to stay away from it. So what does that mean? I once was listening to class and a speaker told us to write down everything we won't do for money. See, in 2019, remember when we talk about, any of you guys that was in that class in Tampa, we talk about in the book of Genesis where God told you he wanted you to subdue the earth. Take control. Don't ask, just take it, right? Have you ever wrote down what you won't do for money? Well, you probably never thought about it because we're entrepreneurs, right? We do everything. What do you mean what I won't do for money? And some people say, well, I mean, I'll do a lot. I won't compromise my integrity. Some of you guys are compromising your integrity and you don't even know it. Let me tell you why you are. Because you're out of alignment with what you were assigned to do on this earth. You don't know that scripture in Jeremiah where he talks about before I formed you. When you know what you're called to do, there's some things I won't do. When I first heard this, guys, I was shocked. Things we won't do for money. I thought if you wanted to be successful, you always answer when opportunity knocks. I quickly gained another perspective of what answering when opportunity knocks mean. Since I am 100% over hustling, aka answering every opportunity that provides the potential to make money, now I only do it if open the door if it's assigned to me. Everything isn't for everyone. Just because you think you will be amazing at something doesn't mean it's for you. I remembered listening to one of the top motivational speakers, and this is where I was talking about Eric Thomas, and he mentioned when he started feeling his big break, people were coming out of the cracks with awesome opportunities for him. He said he turned them all down. When you are kingdom boxing yourself, you know what's for you and what's not. The reason this is so important to do is because it provides a roadmap. It will keep you on the correct path as you begin your online journey as a 6. I didn't say 250 a week. That's why 5,000 influencers is not for everybody. I didn't say $1,000 a week. I said as a 6 or 7 figure online celebrity figure, public figure, hustling is not fun and it never has been. Stop doing things for just money. Slow down, get yourself kingdom box. Not only will you feel peace and purpose like never before, but you will also make more money than you've ever done in your life. Now, I want to show you guys something, this assignment really quick. And I want you to pay attention to this because this one assignment right here could change your life. I promise you it could. It changed mine. Now, here's what's so powerful about being a part of the 5,000 influencers. I want you to pay attention to me really quick. This one part is part of a course that I paid $20,000 for. Now, obviously, I redid it to fit me, okay? I redid it with my psychology behind it and all that kind of stuff. But this one piece right here is a course that's worth over $20,000. Now, obviously, it's more sections to it. I'm not going to give you all of that because I know everyone that's on the Zoom tonight is not a part of 5,000 influencers. And again, I'll say this is not for everybody. Everyone can't think as big as we're going in 2019. Everyone can't see themselves as a 7-figure earner. And if you can't see yourself to do it, it doesn't matter what I say to you or what I believe. It's what you believe. Okay? So I want you to pay attention to this really quick. Okay? And when you're looking at this, I want you to grow. I want you to learn. I want you to understand what it takes to be successful. No more being the loser, guys. Let's be the winner. Let's be the winner, okay? So I want to show you this real quick. This is one thing that all of you guys are going to have access to show people, okay? Now I want you to really look at this, okay? This is called the essence of self-fulfillment. And the 5,000 influencers were bringing out the originality of everyone. Now, I want to read a quote by Rumi. He says, "Let yourself be drawn by the stronger pull of that which you truly love." What I love? What you mean? Like I got to pay the rent. I have a car note. We don't have time for what I love. I'm going to just hustle. You actually make more money doing things that you love than when you're hustling. Watch this, okay? I want you guys to look at this. Here are the 4 S's of self-fulfillment. It's self. What I want you to do in 2019, and you're going to have access to this. You're going to print it out. The first is the what. Now watch this. A lot of us are network marketers. And what's the number one thing we say? We always say begin with the why, right? The problem is I can't figure out my why for real if I don't know the what. So when we talk about self, I hope you have a pen and a paper. I hope you have a pen and a paper. I hope you're writing this down, guys. I hope you're writing it down. I hope that you're really not going to end up on December 26, 2019 exactly the way you are right now. If it changes, it's going to be because you intentionally sought out effort to force a change for yourself. When we talk about the S of self, this is, now I'm going to tell you something. This one assignment, some people have to pay $3,000 to $4,000 to get this one assignment. When I make my point with this, you'll understand why. The first thing that you need to do going into 2019 is that you need to write down your self goals. your personal goals. Well, what is that? What does that mean? I don't know. Do you need to lose 100 pounds? Do you have to finish a book? Do you need to get your brand off the ground? I don't know what you need. What is your self goals? When you get off of this live, there should be 6 to 10 things in the self category. Now watch this. Some of you guys are going to put stuff like make $100,000 a year. That is not a self goal. This is why we have confused identity with success, because we have been so focused on the success that we never pay attention to the identity. You got to be sharp yourself first in order for you to manifest things physically to yourself that is from your outward body. Self, personal. The next thing is success. Now, this is your business goals. Here you could put 10,000 a month. Here you could put, write a book. And I said self of writing a book. You should be reading a book for self. Okay. That's identity. This is who you are. Success, write a book. Success, maybe you want to be a rank in your company. Whatever it is, this is a business goal. Now, I want you to pay attention to the way it flows. Notice, we're not asking what rank you want to be in your company first, because first we got to fix you. Then you qualify for a rank, okay? The third thing is the souls, the people. I want you to name 6 to 10 people in your life that I wanted to say something like, Belisha Hunley, that's my mother, want to retire her. I want you to put down 6 to 10 souls, and what you want to do for them. That's the souls part. That's the third part of self-fulfillment. The fourth is sensation. This is the play. I don't know. Maybe you want to go to Africa. Maybe you want to go to the park every day. I don't know what you want to do. But what would give you a happy sensation? Write down 6 to 10. Now, what's going to happen after this? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. You're going to go through that list backwards. And this whole training right here is about 2.5 hours. I'm speeding you through because it's a pre-launch, because I want to see if it's interesting to you what I'm even talking about, because this is not for everybody. When you go through the 6 to 10 people that you wrote, and the self, and the success, and the souls, and the sensation, I want you to cross them out slowly until you get to that one thing. That one thing for self. That one thing for success. That one thing for souls. That one thing for sensation. Because see, we have learned not to accomplish anything. And we think, if I keep holding on, I'm guaranteed change. It don't work like that. So what we're going to do is go into 2019 with that one thing. Now, I want you to understand something. That does not mean the other things are not important. But we have to get you to be accustomed to conquer. If we get you to be accustomed to conquer, everything that you touch will always win. But this takes practice. This takes persistence. It has to be a habit of winning first. Because the reason why people aren't winning is because their habit so far has been to lose. When your habit becomes to win, you win. Now watch this. Because I have went through and I identified that one priority, that one thing out of the 6 or 7. Now, here's how some of you guys cheat yourself. Because you see this now, you're going to only write one. Write it down. We just did a Facebook Live over the importance of writing it down. Now, when I take that one thing, I want you to put a timestamp on it. Nothing matters if you don't put a deadline. It has to be a deadline. And then I want you to write down what's stopping you from doing it. I want to give you guys a powerful example. And this is a video course for you. So I don't even want you to force yourself to do it right now. I want you to open up your mind and think, because I told you guys already that the people who are successful, guys, they are successful because they're intentionally looking for success. Let me tell you something. I graduated with a 1.7 GPA. I skipped most of my college classes because I didn't like it. Do you think when I made the decision that I wanted to be a millionaire, that I wanted to read books like this? You think I want to, what? No, I don't like, no. But if I want to be successful, I have to. And I'm willing to kill absolutely everything in 2019 that would stop me from my success. You think I wanted to pay $20,000 and $5,000 from courses from people when I didn't even know if really I might know what they're talking about? No. But you cannot grow if you don't learn. That is why now I read more books than I've ever read in my life. I'm so awake and aware of how powerful wisdom is. The other morning on Christmas, I have an iPad. And what I do on that iPad is I always have audio playing. And what I do is I always have my audio playing. Now, let me tell you what I do. If anyone has ever seen my phone, my notes are filled. I don't even know if I need it for that moment, but I have to write something down that I've learned every 24 hours. Because every 24 hours, if I get smarter, I tell people in a 12-month time frame, what I learn is what some people learn in 10 to 15 years, in 12 months. Intentionally, though. Not just sliding up on it. You know, I see people in this repetitive, you will never ever see me repetitive, because it's power to reinvent yourself. It's power to be different. I can't get on this Zoom with y'all and preach to you if I don't feel like the knowledge that I'm talking about right now, that I'm not qualified to talk about it. You can't get in front of people. Here's what's happening. Your identity and who you really are is speaking so loud that it's covering up the words that are coming out your mouth. It's covering up your Facebook statuses. It's covering up your slogans. It's covering up your cover photos. It's covering up your scriptures. It's covering up everything that you want to portray to people, because who you really are speaks so loud, no one can really hear what you're talking about. And it would require for you to say, let me slow down for a second and let me take pride in being the sharpest in the room. You should be so sharp, and you got to mute your microphone. You should be so sharp that when you got on this Zoom, you should have said, probably half the stuff she know, I didn't read it before. But I know that you don't, because I make sure that I go into the valley for wisdom, for some things that you're not listening to Winston Churchill. You're just not doing it. People my age, they're not doing it. So I do it. So now when I'm talking to you, I'm the authoritative expert, because where I go and look for my wisdom, no one else is looking for it there. You don't go on YouTube and research words. Let me tell you something about being sharp. People who know a lot of words, people who know the definition of a lot of words, they tend to come across sharper than the average person. I could say some things and I just know you don't know what I'm talking about. So because you don't know, it makes me at a higher standard than you. You have to take pride in being sharp. I want you right now to say this. I want you to say it. And this is another thing. I want to teach you something. Regardless if you're a Christian, regardless if you are whatever you are, we understand principle, right? God only responds to words. Let me tell you where I battled this. I did not like to stand in the mirror and talk stuff. I felt crazy. I didn't like to sit at my desk and talk things. I felt crazy. But if you don't never open your mouth, you'll never get what it is you want. I want you to open your mouth, because I've taken pride in this. And when I was a little girl, I heard my mom ask a preacher this. And when I was 6, when I heard her say it, and I've been saying it for the rest of my life. And it's so funny because so many of my mentors, they have the same story. She saw a pastor preaching, and she went to give the tithe, and she said, I want you to pray. Let me say this. 5,000 influencers is not for everybody. I don't want it to be for everybody. This would be for people who are really intentionally looking for wisdom, okay? She said, I want you to pray that God gives me a double portion of the wisdom you got. Now, if you know Bible, you know Elijah and Elijah, right? When Elijah was about to ascend to heaven, Elijah asked for a double portion of what he had. When you hear speakers and you see speakers, I want you to always ask God, give me a double portion of what he got. Give me a double portion of what she has. I give an example. I went to a conference with Bishop Jakes and Houghton Buggs and the rest of them. And everybody, let me tell you something. If you want to grow, you got to be better than everybody else. If you want to be an influencer, you got to be the sharpest in the room. Let me tell you what happened. There was 2 ticket sales. There was a $49 ticket and it was a $1,000 ticket. Everyone my age purchased the $49 one. You know who I was sitting in the section with? Because I gave the $1,000. I didn't want to. Let me tell you something. I was sitting next to Dwayne Wade's sister. I was sitting next to multiple 7-figure earners in network marketing, because I can't be like y'all, because I don't want to be like you. So I have to make sure that I'm sharper. Now watch this. I put a new affirmation in, and that new affirmation is, I know that I'm smarter. I'm so happy and grateful that I am smarter than what I was yesterday. That right there is going to change your whole life. I'm so happy and grateful that I am smarter than what I was yesterday. I'm so happy and grateful that my results are better than what they were yesterday. See, here's the thing. Whatever you're intentionally looking for is looking for you. Money is present at all times. Wisdom is present at all times. It's present at all times. We all got access to the same stuff. The people who are manifesting it in physical form, it's because they're intentionally looking for it. I vision. So I want to say this. You have to be able to picture yourself in a different realm of life in order to get there. I know right now, if I was to do an activity with most of y'all, and I said, I want you to picture yourself on stage with 3,000 people. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to close your eyes. Close your eyes right now. And I want you to picture yourself in a room full of 2,000 to 3,000 people. And I want you to picture yourself speaking and talking about whatever it is that your passion or what your purpose is. I want you to picture yourself speaking to your tribe of people that you have influenced so aggressively online that when you do events now, they show up. Scares you, right? Can you see it? Because if you can mentally see it, open your eyes. If you can mentally see it, you can do it. Period. So with all of this of what I said with the pre-launch, let me tell you guys something. I started something called internet currency. Now I want you to come back out of this training mode, right? Calm down now. I started something called internet currency 2 years ago. And that summer, Keely can witness this for me. That summer, I sat at my computer. I want you to watch this. I was at the pinnacle of my business. It was good. I was making a lot of money. And I just wasn't happy. I just don't know. I mean, I became ungrateful, I guess you could say the word is, because I felt that I could do more. I felt that I had more and I wanted more. And for the entire summer, I sat in front of the computer and I watched webinars and I watched courses and I bought trainings and I did all this stuff because I said, I know that wisdom is the supreme thing. I know that it is. So I got to keep looking for that, because on the other side of wisdom is money. And I created the internet currency class, and I remember driving in my car. I was driving by the ocean, and I told myself, I said, well, I don't know if anyone would want to hear something from me, though. Like, maybe they don't want, I mean, people have more success than me. You know, if I was talking about or what I have done, you know, people have done more than me. People have made more money than me. Who wants to hear from me? And I questioned myself for that. I questioned, like, what do I do? What do I do? And I felt like, because I know y'all are going to, when I tell you what you're capable of, you're going to feel fear. But I'm telling you now, so dismiss it. And I sat there and I was like, I can't, no, not me, no. And I sat there and I contemplated, do I post this on social media? Like, founder, you're a founder of what? And here I am. I've had a lot of success in my life and I'm questioning my own identity. I'm questioning it. And I created the internet currency. And I remember when I was getting the poster done and it had my name on it. Now watch this. I was comfortable with having my name with a title that didn't give me so much power, right? Like, you know, we get these titles and we like that. But on this flyer, I had to put founder. And I'm not scared. I'm really not scared of that much. I just don't like confrontation. But when I put founder, I was like, well, hold on. When I put this out now, I'm sure nobody's going to want it because Sanisha, founder, who cares? But something told me to do it. Just do it. And then I questioned the value of myself. Now, let me tell you something. For that whole entire summer, I studied. For that whole entire summer, I had notebooks. I was looking at my notebooks today. I was looking at my notebooks today. I want to tell you something. And when I tell you all these are filled up with notes, this is from one summer, okay? I didn't go to bed without learning something. And I woke up learning something. And so then it came time for me to put a price tag on it. And I questioned myself again. I was like, okay, well, I charge $50 or I charge, I don't know what to charge. What will people pay for me? And I put $250. And I remember when I put it on the Eventbrite. And literally, I was so scared. Like, y'all don't even know. I'm like, nobody's going to buy this ticket. Like, no one's going to buy this. Do you know for about 2 months, every weekend, I made $4,000 to $6,000 every single weekend from people who were coming to hear from me. That is, and while sitting in those classes, I realized what everyone's problem is. I get these messages all the time, like, what is the matter with me? You get to a point where you get tired of celebrating everybody else, and you're like, when is it time for my celebration? I'm telling you what the number one problem is. The number one problem that most people are facing is influence. You lack it. What an influencer represents several things. Sometimes you want their lifestyle. You have traveler influencers. Sometimes you want their cooking style. Sometimes you want their speaking style. Sometimes you want their styling style. Whatever it is, you influence, you provoke an action. And here's the crazy thing. When you look at people like LeBron James and you look at people like Michael Jordan or Oprah, have you noticed that they can put their name behind anything and it sells? The name is the power, not the product, not the service. Your name is the power. And you'll start to make programs and package yourself up and you'll start selling it to people. And you'll look up and you'll realize, I guess I am worth way more than what I thought I was worth. And so in 2019, that's what the focus is. Because the focus has to be you. And we don't have a lot of time. That's another thing. Let me tell you what type of 5,000 influencers I don't want. If you're okay being stagnant, if you're one of them people who, when you take your jersey off after the game, you say, well, we got the next week. We got next week. We don't have next week. I need people running with me who every time you step on the court, we're going for the win. That means that every time you have the ability to soak up knowledge, you do it. And you do it fast. And you apply it. And you regurgitate it. You know what I used to do? I would go on YouTube and learn something and go Facebook Live and talk about it. And immediately, whatever I just learned, people identified me with that. When you get off of this Facebook Live, I hope you learned something. And I hope you go back and you regurgitate it. Because the people who look on your Facebook Live are going to go, man, she's sharp. Man, he is good. That's all success is. Success is duplicatable. But who have you been hanging around and who have you been learning from? We got a whole thing that's starting on January 10th. So tonight I want to explain and show you what the 5,000 influencers is and what exactly we're going to be doing. We are on a mission to influence 5,000 people. Well, what are we trying to influence them to do? We're trying to influence them to bring out their originality. Let me tell you how good you're going to get at it. The better you bring yours out, the more you'll influence other people. That's the crazy thing. You ever go on Instagram, these sponsored ads? These are influencers. That's what they are. They get paid because they have influence. They can post a picture of their child or their shoes or their food, and they provoke influence. That's real living. That's real success. And Forbes says that by 2020, 90% of people, 80% of people will be trying to do something to make themselves an influencer. Something. Guys, everything that you love, when you do that, the 5S, the S's of self-fulfillment, that there is going to reveal to you what you should be doing. We have courses and classes and all type of training in the back office for you to see that. Now I want to show you something. It's $48 a month, but watch this. Every person that you influence to the influencer group, I'm giving you 50%. Let me tell you what else is so crazy. I'm allowing you to private label my product. The S in self-fulfillment is set by Stanisha. Well, if you're a part of my tribe, and this is why, just because I said the price does not mean that you have access to it. It's only some of y'all, and I literally mean it, okay? The same way that it's said by Stanisha, it's going to say by you. I'm going to teach you how to tweak it to fit you, but we're taking the same principles, the same content, and you're going to get on social media and become somebody. Stop posting the same thing over and over again. Everyone's tired of that. We're tired of it. I had a lady that I was talking to the other day. She's in a company where they sell they sell lawyer stuff, right? And she's like, well, what should I post on social media? I said, well, the first thing is no one cares for you to post that. You're going to have to post yourself. You're going to have to be the promise to people. You have to be the promise to people. My goal, my back end goal with the influencer group, I want every single one of you guys to have a membership group with at least 300 to 400 people in there that pay you at least $20 a month. And we're going to keep scaling it. So the whole process, watch this, listen to what I just said. I want you to have an influencer group that has 300 to 500 people in it that are all paying you 20, based on what you want your price to be, $20 to $50 a month. Well, Stanisha, don't nobody want to pay me. Yes, they do. As soon as you get through these wisdom courses, as soon as you get through these influencer courses, and before you finish them, you're going to notice that you're getting respected a little bit more. You're going to notice people want to hear from you all of a sudden. You're going to notice when you go live, people going to click play because you got something to talk about. But remember that wisdom has to be intentionally sought out. Lord have mercy, Jesus Christ. Don't do the same thing over and over again. Don't be basic. It's nothing like having a conversation with a person who don't have no substance. What have you been reading? Don't let 7 days go by without reading a book. Huh? What are we talking about? Slow down so you can speed up. Or what are you the founder of? Oh, well, I love Stanisha so much. I'm just doing what Stanisha do. I wouldn't be a leader if I asked you to just do that. And you know what I love when I'm talking like this? I love because I have character and integrity to back me up. Y'all know that I mean what I'm saying. I want you to have an influencer group that has 300 to 500 people in it that's all paying you $20 to $50 a month. When you get to the 300 to 500, let's increase it. One of my mentors, the one that I told you I had to pay $1,000 an hour to speak to, his girl that he got her influencer group going, she makes $350,000 a month on a $20 membership. What is she giving them? Information. What am I giving you? Information. People will pay for what they don't know. People will pay more for training than they will pay for themselves to elevate. That's just people's business. We're going to have book of the month. We have the course I got one person that's joining our influencer group. She's going to help. I got actually two. They're going to help us with our book. All of us are getting all our stuff done together. And there's going to be ranks of influence. And based on your rank of influence will be determined by what you completed on the level below that. But here's the crazy thing. It's pre-launch, right? So we're not taking any payments or any of that to January 5th, okay? But for now, all of you guys get your links. All of you guys get your links. And what I want you to test out, and we have a 5,000 influencer group. What I want you to start to do is I want you to test out actually delivering value to people. Deliver content that people have never heard of before. We're going to we're doing this together. I love it. I'm actually really excited. This is really what I'm going to be focused on in 2019. I've been there before and this one thing here is going to fix your network marketing company. Can't recruit, huh? Why can't you recruit? I know you don't want to slow down, but you have to. You know how many people have been in industries for 25 years with no result? They can't recruit. Can't recruit because you don't have no influence, period. The sooner you get your influence in line, the faster and easier it is to recruit. It's going to be powerful, okay? So what we're going to do is, this is not an assignment. This was the conversation to ask you if you're interested in being a part of the 5,000 influencers. And based on some of you guys that I know that you're qualified to be a part of it. If you're interested in being a part of the 5,000 influencers, some of you guys had people invite you to this Zoom. If someone invited you, I want you to talk to them because they're going to have the link. Here's the team goal. Listen to this. Let's have 1,500 influencers in our community in the next 30 days. And I already know by the summertime, way before the summer, but I'm going to give it the summer, we'll have 5,000 influencers. When you're a part of this, we're doing a big event in January. Going to have influencers come, guest speakers. If you're a part of the membership, all events that you go to, guys, they're going to be 50% off for you, okay? The event in January is free for you if you're a member of the 5,000 influencers. It's free for you. Here's what's so cool. I'm renting out a big house in Miami. This is about to be a culture. It's not for everybody. I'm going to say it again. It's not for everyone. I could look at some of your Facebook pages and determine if this would be for you or not. Because I would have to know right now how long you can last before you quit. I have to know how many times would I have to assign a book to you before you just be honest and say, I'm just not going to read it. I would have to know how long it would take you after we teach you the proper branding for your cover photo and things like that. How long it'll fix for you to switch it. I'm not running with people like that. This is a sprint to success. Because so many of us have been waiting for our seeds to harvest for us, and we don't have time to run with distant runners. I don't. Because I'm taking pride in this. And one of my affirmations is that I'm going to help over 50 people in this influencer group be a high six-figure earner in 2019, and tons of five-figure earners. I want to have 50 people who I can say I 100% helped get their membership off the ground. Oh, so Stanisha, it's not just about you. No, it ain't. I can handle me, and I want to help you, and we're going to help each other, and it's going to be powerful. I'm telling you, in January, that event is going to be powerful. I want to remind you, this is not a network marketing company. Here's what's so crazy. I was thinking about, I'll tell you the truth, because for the last 2 years, it's been so much going on. Y'all don't have no idea. Some of you guys were in training groups with me before, and it's like, well, where you go? There was so much going on. We had to stop a lot of stuff. And I made a promise to myself. I said, in 2019, no one's stopping me. I don't care. I was looking at different network marketing companies, and I stopped for a second, because let me tell you something. I can go to any network marketing company and I'm going to be successful, period. I could start from scratch and I'll be successful. Remember, I am. But when I came to my current network marketing company, I came by myself. I'm good because I have influence, right? But I told myself, I said, why would you do that though? Because the same people are going to be making money, and the same people are going to be hitting you in the inbox saying, what's the matter with me? So instead of doing that, think about other people and help them. Help them. And that's legit where all this is coming from. Me helping you helps me. I had some of you guys send me a review of 4 or 5 sentences of what it's been like working with me and how I've helped you. You guys don't know how much that means to me. Some of you guys think because leaders are always whatever that we are. No, sometimes leaders have to be encouraged too. That's why this is a partnership. You got to have my back, and I'm going to have your back. And I'm going to make sure. Remember, I already told you so much content. Listen, here's going to be the powerful thing about when we get our book done, right? We already have the outline for you. So what you're going to do is you're going to go in and fill in the spaces so it flows for you. Then we're going to show love. Everyone going to tell people, go buy Ariel's nails book, go buy John's book. It's a mastermind. It's one of the principles of success. I got so much to, listen, when I tell y'all, look at this. I got so much stuff that I have been writing for years, and I just haven't packaged it up. And let me tell you something. I was talking to my best friend today. I said, here's the thing. I can't expect people to come out the gate and have as much content and stuff that I got. But this is what I can do. My people who take their self to level 2 of influence, I'm going to let them private label my stuff. Why not? We're part of a tribe. What is private label? White label. White label means you didn't write the content. I'm going to let you go in and change some of it so it fits more to you because you don't have a twin. And I'm going to let you say by you, written by you, completely legal. You don't have the 4 years I had to sit in front of a computer. So we're going to leverage what I've been through and what I've learned. And we're going to, because this is a unity thing. We're all going to be believing the same thing. We're all going to be training on the same thing. Let me tell you something. Watch what I tell you. I'm very competitive, and I take pride in what I do. We will have 5,000 influencers in this group by the summertime. by the summertime. Let me show you guys real quick the system, and everybody's going to have their own system again. Here's the crazy thing about that. Even when they get started in the whole thing, once you move on from influencer 1 to influencer 2, your system, you can make your own video. Here's the thing about influencer. You'll never go on vacation. Do you have anything fun to post? We're gonna get that together for you. We're gonna get it together for you fast. But I'm going to help you I'm gonna help you. And you're gonna help me. Let me show you the funnel real quick. 5,000 by summertime. Anyone who wants to take on this team accomplishment, because when we help these 5,000 people, we're helping people find themselves. We're helping people feel good about themselves. This isn't a joke. This isn't about making money. This is about you finding yourself. Me doing this Zoom right now is me finding myself. I love to do this. And I've been putting it off so long. It's time for us to move forward in 2019 correctly, intentionally. If you're going to play a part in those 5,000 influencers by the summertime, let me know that you down, okay? In the chat box, let me know if you're going to play your part of the 5,000 influencers. Let me know. Are you going to help bring someone's purpose out of them? Are you going to help someone find who they really are? Are you going to help someone become original? A system is good to sell something. To bring the originality out is to sell a person. That's what we're focusing on. So let me show y'all this real quick, okay? And remember, I told you, $48 a month. Everyone who uses your link. Okay. All right, now I'm excited. I'm gonna tell you why I'm excited. If you were gonna make a post and say, how many people out there are interested in getting a book done? Most people want to write a book. They don't know how. And this is your recruiting strategy. How many of you guys would like to get your brand popping? How many of you guys would like to do a workshop on finding your purpose? What about when I come to your city and the presentation is what we just talked about? What are we talking about? Everyone wants to be loved. Everyone wants to know who they are. You're on the ground floor right now with a project with me that's going to allow you to capitalize off of all of this. I mean it. You're on the ground floor right now that by the summer of 2019, you're going to have your own influencer group with 300 to 500 people in there. Well, Sanisha, what I'm going to talk about in an influencer group? Let me tell you what's so crazy. Right now, let me help you out. Some of you guys have passions of traveling and all that kind of stuff. That's different categories. I'm going to show you how to capitalize off of all of them. The bottom line that most people want is to know what they should be doing. Literally what I'm talking about right now is what you're going to be talking about in your influencer group. That's what people want. They want to know what am I supposed to be doing in life? You're going to give them the key. I mean, there's so much that I can do, and I've got it all in course form and training form, but let me just show you this really quick. Hold on. Let me share my screen with you, and let me pull this up for you to see real quick. Okay? And then it's going to come to a part, guys. You're going to have your own funnels and your own systems and all of that, but you've got to increase your influence. You have to be qualified for influence, right? So like I said, today is just pre-launch, because when we launch this on January 5th, okay, or it's January 5th when we launch it, I want to have over 600 members that's already a part. So we got to do our part, and I want you guys to start getting people involved who want to bring their originality out, right? So what I did was, first of all, we have this video. Okay, and some of you guys have seen it before, and I don't even know if Zoom is going to play it where it doesn't freeze. It's who you should be and who you could be and the reality of you. And the world will be fine if you never change. And finally, I have put together something where every single person can experience the success that I've had from the comfort of their home and their smartphone. Let's talk about what really matters. You making a decision to go online for the rest of your life and bring cash in your pocket from doing so. Because of me making that decision over 4 years ago, my life has been completely
crazy. I've been to over 60 different countries. I bought the cars that I wanted. I've been able to take my...
All right, guys, I'm not going to play all of that because I added the video. Some of you guys will see a whole bunch of new stuff coming in here. There's a membership site. We've got social proof from people who've done the training. Okay, most of these people that are on here are a part of it. This is to solidify it. Okay, these are people giving true testimonies of what works with the internet currency 5,000 influencer training. So when you hit the pre-launch, okay, you're going to have your own website, your own system. As a matter of fact, it's even going to allow your picture to be on the system. Some of you guys have seen this before. What's going to be really cool about this time, guys, is that you're not going to have a PayPal. Okay, you're not going to have any of that. And when people get registered, they're going to be in your own back office. Now, let me tell you why this is powerful. Because remember, the ultimate goal is for you to be the influencer, right? And so someone would say, well, Tanisha, you're on the front of the video. Well, hold on a second. It takes time you have to leverage other influencers. What's leverage? Okay, here's leverage. Now, when you get to your level 2 of influence and you got your own video because you've been to Africa, you've been to Australia, you've been traveling around the world, remember, I'm your friend. That's why we're doing 50-50. I'm your friend. So what's happening is these people that sign up, oh, and then this is the most important thing I love. Y'all are going to be doing trainings. When we do our events, you guys seen some of the events we put together? Some of you guys are going to be on the platform. Come on, boss up. Take 5 or 10 minutes and do a workshop. Get some footage of you up. So the whole goal is to put you in situations to make you look authoritative, okay? So this is how we're going to do this. Whoever invited you, this was just a soft thing, okay? This is soft. What we're going to do tonight is start to allow people into the 5,000 influencer group. Remember, I told you, you don't pay for nothing. We don't pay to January 5th. Right now, get your link, start getting other people involved with the 5,000 influencers. And remember, it's $25 or $23 on every person who uses your link to get started in it. Now, you don't have to do it. Because remember, I told you, I'm very confident in who I am. I charge people $1,000 for a 30-minute conversation once a week for 4 weeks, okay? That's what I do. My point of saying that is, this isn't about me. This is about us. This is about us growing together and increasing our influence together. This is about us getting our brand done together, our book done together, our course done together, our workshop done together, your cash flow, your t-shirt brand, all of that. You know you've been putting stuff off for a long time. I'm going to help you bring it out, okay? And so when you get inside of the 5,000 influencer group, a lot more material will be delivered to you, PowerPoints, right? Even the PowerPoint that I went over with you today. I can't wait for you to have your own with your name on it, right? This is for people who want to be leaders, I guess you would say. If you want to just follow along, follow along. You need different levels in order to get there. So whoever invited you to this live or whoever you're partnering with to get started with the 5,000 influencer, send them a message. If you're a leader on here and you invited people to here, go ahead and let them know you're going to have your link in a second to get it out to people. And then I'm going to give you, as a matter of fact, I'm going to change the name, the settings of the 5,000 influencer group for now. And then after I change the setting of the Zoom, of the thing, remember that this is an invite only thing. So I'm going to allow it to be closed for now so that you can find it. So the name of the group is 5,000 influencers. I've got it at secret right now. Let me go ahead and change it to private. All right. And so you're going to add your own self to that group. And when you add yourself to the group, let me change it real quick to private. To the closed. Let me see. Edit group settings. All right. It's closed for now. This group is going to stay closed for tonight only. After tonight, it's going to go back to private. The reason why it's going back to private is because no one can be added to this group unless someone invited you there. This is what's going to be cool about this group. I'm going to give you topics to talk about, And if you feel, some people are going to have to be built up to this. I'm going to give you notes to go and key points to talk about. And you're going to get on your live at least 3 times a week, and you're going to give substance to people. We're going to get your branding done. So everybody's going to be coming in at different times. So people are going to get their stuff done first. We got the first level of influence that has to be done. The second, the third, the fourth is going to go like this. 2019 is about to be crazy. That's all I can tell you. So go and type in 5,000 influencers and ask to join that group. Whoever invited you to the Zoom, guys, get to them. I closed this off. And the reason why I closed it off and I deleted it off my Facebook page, because I don't need everyone to join with me. Go out there and talk about what you learned on the Zoom. Take a screenshot, make a Facebook status, post your link. Start getting your people in order that you're influencing for their originality, guys. And I'm telling you, it's going to be crazy. And this here, because most of you guys are network marketers, watch how your network marketing business grows. Watch how your network marketing business grows when you actually have influence and people feel that you can teach and lead them to something. So listen, I appreciate every single one of you guys getting on this Zoom tonight. I see Kimberly, I see Mandy, I see Denise, I see Ernest from the Bahamas. I see, who else is here? Kim is here. I see Denise. I see Lori. I think that is Troy on here. Okay, I see a lot of you guys. And a lot of you guys I've been wanting to work with for, I see Monique, I see Ashanti, I see Demetria, I see, and let me say this, a lot of y'all have been rocking with me for a long time. And I want to tell you that I appreciate that. And that is why in return, I'm going to give my energy back to you as much as I can. I see Vicky Wooden, of course, guys, let me tell you this. If you are 55 and older and you get confused on social media, Vicky is your lady. When I tell you, Vicky, I got up this morning, I woke up at 12 because I went to sleep at 7 and I saw you doing your little dance in front of the camera. I said, let me get off her page. She put me to shame every single morning. If you notice, Vicky, someone has learned to leverage her identity to build her network marketing business. She's a national director in this business, and she's made over 6 figures because she knows what she's doing. You know, I see Emily Roberts on here. I see Mandy. I see Valencia. Valencia was one of the first to come to my thing. I see Maria Watson from Trinidad. She's always on her game. I see all of you guys, and I'm so excited for what's to come for us. So again, send a message to whoever got you started to get your link, guys. It's about to go down. Get inside of that group. Most of my stuff is going to be private and invite only, so you won't see me posting the content that is private. Remember, it's nothing to get started today. Get your link, get your website, build your tribe, find your voice, all of that. I appreciate you guys so much. Please, if you like the Zoom, it wasn't any hype. I don't like hype, so don't hype me or thank me. But if you really got something from this tonight, please go tag me in a Facebook status and let me know what you thought about the Zoom and the perspective that you got from it. I love you guys. Obviously, a lot of you guys right now are in my company, Total Life Changes. You're going to see a flyer out for my tour for Total Life Changes as well. I know a lot of you guys was like, is Tanisha leaving TLC? Hey, we're family. I'm here. I'm good. I'm going to operate in my purpose of what's here. You're going to see a lot of information from me. So let's get our influence up so we can get our business up, and let's take over the world, okay? If you like what you heard, please tag me in a status, guys, and let's make it happen. And hashtag 5,000 influencers. That's our hashtag. We got a goal to hit by the summer. And I see Keely on here as well, so I can't forget about her. She was someone who quickly packaged herself up. So if you see one of these leaders and you've been working with them, get with them. Let's get it popping in 2019. The best is here. Let's reel it in. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.